Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hello, we're gonna get into Dual Destinies today. I know we started like for a little bit yesterday. I'm hoping I can get to the point today where we meet our first new prosecutor of this game. That would be nice. I wanna keep meeting new prosecutors to see if anybody can beat Miles Edgeworth. There's gotta be someone, truly. If we can get through the first case of the game today and then get to case 2 and see the new prosecutor. I don't know if we'll get that far, but I hope so. I just want to keep meeting new people. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome. I will have to end maybe slightly early today. It might be normal. Like I normally do like 3.5 to 4 hour streams. I might have to stop around the a little after 3 hours. I get to spend the evening with my niece. I'm so excited. We've never had like alone time with my niece before. It's always like with a big group of people. So she's getting dropped off at our place at around 1:30. So I want to get off before she arrives here. Yeah, some niece bonding. So yeah, she'll be over, and then we're going out for the evening. Some bonding time. Hopefully she doesn't ask to dance with me again. I don't really have the space here to dance. Because every time we meet, she wants to dance with me. It's really cute, but I don't have a space for it. Yep, the demo is out. It's funny, they just told me, the Capcom emailed me yesterday about it. They're like, oh, the demo is releasing tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay. Hope you guys play the demo and enjoy it. Your save data does carry over. Just so you know, if you play the demo for the investigations game, your save data will carry over to the main game. A demo of investigations. It just came out this morning, today. Oh, Lucas, thank you so much for the 50 donation. I really appreciate it. My goodness, there it is. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed Dual Destinies. It's your personal favorite. Yay! Oh, thank you. And yes, I am still streaming on YouTube. I'm warming up to YouTube. It's a lot. Especially with how fast it's grown in comparison to Twitch. It's a lot. But I do enjoy streaming over to YouTube. If even not just so the streams are more accessible, especially to mobile users. I know that mobile is a lot better on YouTube. Hey, you already pre-ordered the game? Hey, if you haven't gotten the game, just saying, you know, there's, you know, I will be getting sponsored. So if you buy the game through my future link on the day of release, it would support the stream a lot. I will have my own like my own link later. My gosh, what's up with all the support? Aw, welcome back, Zublaze. It's good to see you again. Dual Destinies is your favorite too. Ooh, you guys are talking it up a lot. I don't know. Well, my first impression is that this is a Phoenix Wright game. Not that I'm complaining, it just feels awkward. This is supposed to be the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Featuring Phoenix Wright. I love Phoenix Wright to death. He is the best. There is nothing better than Phoenix Wright. You'll do it through the link when that happens? Oh, thank you. That would mean a lot. This is my first time working with Capcom. I've never gotten a sponsorship from them before, but that's because I've never really played their games before. Yeah. We can show Capcom that they put their sponsorship in the right place, right? Or I'm gonna make sure that I have a good return on investment for them. I'm gonna make people get all of the Miles Edgeworth games. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Alan. Do you like Athena's ability? I mean, sure. It's interesting. I hope that they don't feel the need to, like, give abilities. What's up with all the donations? Dylan, thank you so much for the 5 Canadian dollars. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, thank you. And David, thank you so much for the 279 donation as well. And Zooblaze, thank you so much for the 13-month resub. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You tried to donate yesterday, but YouTube was being a butt. Oh, Kitty, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You get an ability, and you get an ability. It's really strange seeing all these, like, abilities. Oh, Lucas, thank you for becoming a member on YouTube as well. It's really strange seeing all these, like, abilities and, like, supernatural things in these 2 trilogies that we're playing. And then you play the Great Ace Attorney, and there is none of that bullshit. It's, like, for the Great Ace Attorney to be my first game, there is none of that. So, and then you play the Phoenix Wright trilogy and you're like, oh, there's like spirit mediums and like magical shit. And then it continues in this trilogy and I'm like, whoa. I didn't realize how much the Great Ace Attorney was like very different. There's just no magical bullshit.
Kitty tipped £4.99. Tried to donate yesterday, but was being a butt.
Aw, well thank you so much, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Great Ace Attorney had technology. Yeah, I can get behind that. The magical stuff, it's not bad. I'm just like, I just hope it doesn't feel too forced. Because I'm like, do they feel the need to give characters abilities for the sake of giving different gameplay to each game? That's kind of what it feels like. Like, oh, we need to have each game have a different gameplay mode. So this is how they make them a little bit different, which is fine. Kind of not my taste, but it's fine. Hologram homes, that is technology. As long as they make it make sense. Apollo was fine, I guess. It's like, oh, my mom had these powers, so I do now too. Or my dad. No, we don't know that. Oh, we never found out the dad. I kind of forgot about that. Maybe that'll be relevant later. My hair looks like shit. Anyway. Sholmes is hilarious. He's the best. There is nobody that beats Sholmes still. Except Miles Edgeworth. Sorry. But yeah, so we'll see Athena's ability in practice more. It's just the tutorial. I only did one thing with it. It's fine. We'll see how interesting it gets. I feel like it has the potential to be like super comedic. If you put like the wrong emotions and the wrong statements, it's like, I feel like I'm gonna laugh a lot at that actually. It has the potential, so to speak, to be very, very funny. As long as they make it make sense, it's okay. Apollo was a bit of a stretch with the whole bracelet thing. But, as long as they make it make sense. Yeah, see, that's so charming to me. I like Phoenix's ability to bullshit until he wins. Exactly. That's the best ability. It's so down to earth. It's so human. It's beautiful. That's why we love him. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how Athena's cute right now. She has like a cute energy to her, which is very, very fun. I'm just very surprised to see all these new characters. They keep on piling on new characters, and then I feel like it makes it hard to tie in like a greater story whenever you have all these different characters. We'll see. Maybe the writing will surprise me. I'm like, I don't know what to expect. I'm just like, so many new characters just keep on coming in. Miles Edgeworth just keeps on going farther and farther and farther and farther and farther away. With every new character, Miles is put off in the background further, and I just cry. We're never gonna see him. At this point, I'm like convinced that he's actually never gonna show up. But they can't do that. He's such like a popular character. They literally can't do that. 'A lot of new characters when all you want to do is develop the old ones. That's kind of where I'm at, yeah.
Hold it!
I would rather develop the old ones further, because I feel like they could use... I don't feel like some of their arcs were finished. They could use more, so I'm like, I want that. Aw, Witsian, thank you so much for the Prime sub, I really appreciate it. I want to see what happens to Maya and Pearl, like the Faye family. I want to know the conclusion of like where they go after the aftermath of like the trilogy stuff. I would really love to know that, like how they're doing. You know, we got an update on how Phoenix is doing after 7 years. Oh my god, not 7 years references. Stop. Stop. So yeah, I'm like a little bit mixed as I continue on this series of Trilogy. I love meeting new characters, but I also don't want the old characters to feel awkward. And I also don't want, like, if they bring back old characters, I also don't want it to feel forced. That's the other thing I worry about. It's a little bit of a worry. Because, you know, I hate whenever, like, media does this. It's not just video games, but, like, movies or TV series. When you have, like, a cameo of, like, an old character, but they do it just for the sake of the hype moment, but it doesn't really make sense. Like, it feels like a stretch of writing. A lot of media does that. And I don't want this to be like that. 7 years since the last game that has been released. And that was the Great Ace Attorney, wasn't it? Which was the best game I've ever played. It's hard to imagine the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles being beat out in my brain. I really can't. That was my favorite video game. Has continuing the new games made the first trilogy lose its charm? No. It doesn't take away from the first game at all. No, no, no. It just makes my opinion of these current games be a little bit questionable. In my brain, I almost wish at this point that there was no connection to the first game, but I don't know. That was just after playing the fourth game and then getting into Dual Destinies and seeing Phoenix again. I just kind of I don't know, like, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles I think is really nice just because it's completely separated from everything. Like a whole new story, a whole new set of characters. That's what I thought Apollo Justice was going to be coming into this. I really thought it was going to be completely separated. So I'm happy to see my old characters. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want it to feel weird eventually. I think I'm a little bit skeptical about the future. That's all. Because, like, Phoenix was really weird in the 4th game. Not like weird in terms of his character writing, weird in terms of everybody else's characters writing, which we discussed yesterday. Like, where are Phoenix's friends? So, we'll see how this goes. What do you mean, where is Gumshoe? We saw him. He was in that last trial. And that was really nice. We got to see Gumshoe in the 4th game. But yeah, I think I'm getting into territory where I think chat is going to talk too much about things I don't want to know about these games. I'm just going to go play. Because I don't want to know anything about these games or how they were made, which a lot of people are talking about. And at least in my YouTube comments, it's been a little bit annoying. Okay, I have to make sure. Okay, let's just go. So we left off after the first trial of Dual Destinies, after the first courtroom session. So we left off right afterward. We took a recess. So we're in defendant lobby number 5. She's kind of cute. And that was so exciting, boss! We did it! True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment. Oh, I did not update the gameplay. So how do I speed up shit? Do I lower the wait time? Like, the text is so slow in this game. Am I unable to change them? Damn. Okay. Yep, okay. Just set text skip. Oh, text skip? But I thought I don't want that because I don't want to accidentally miss something. Skip of unread text in the main game. But yeah, if I turn it on, then I can accidentally miss dialogue. I don't want to accidentally miss something. That's like a double-edged sword if I turn that on. True to form. Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Thank you for everything you're doing. Yeah, the text reads so slowly that I have to like delay the voicing a little bit. You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. You got really brave at the end, just when we needed you most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the ones who gave me that courage, Athena. Really? Thanks. So, be honest, was I any help at all? Of course! Without you, we wouldn't have never gotten out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm gonna give it my all. I'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner. I have one partner. And one only. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology, the ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assumed he'd still be here in the lobby.
Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in the courtroom number 4.
Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion?
When I came to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bumrat Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape before the blast. And then Apollo said that he had an idea where Riney might be, so he went to take a look at together.
Huh? I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. My god, why are we ripping on this guy? So, you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5?
Yes. I'd had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify.
Kuma equals Joru tipped $5. We do learn in the Og Trilogy that Phoenix is allergic to telling people, even his friends, about his problems, aka justice for all Edgeworth.
Thank you so much for the $5 donation, Kuma. I appreciate it. Also, thank you, Ragav Mather. Thank you so much for the 29 donation. I don't know what currency that is, and the alert didn't come up, but thank you so much for the donations, everybody.
Apollo insisted on staying there, though.
With all those injuries? I wonder how he's managing.
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Wonder what it was.
He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper.
Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence? Anyway, we'd better go and get him. Good idea. Text is so slow.
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today!
Anime cutscene!
Come on, I know you're...
He's dead.
No.
He's dead. Apollo Justice is dead. Bro never got relevancy. Oh my god. Bro, they can't do that. This is called the Apollo Justice Trilogy. They can't. He has plot armor. He's not dead. Oh, come on! He has plot armor. He can't fucking die. Oh, the next day? We're skipping? Okay. Rip his relevancy. He was never relevant as a protagonist. Oh, goddamn. That's a brutal way to go. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Oh, hey! Did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news! Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you'd better watch out, okay? What the fuck? You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. We're just completely ignoring the whole Apollo's dead thing. Huh?
Oh, poor Apollo. And it's all my fault.
Athena! Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. What we found yesterday. Orindin, thank you so much for the €3 donation. I appreciate it. God, thank you guys so much for all the donations. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, YouTube. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. Wait, what? Okay, so he's fine. Good. He does have plot armor. He's been assaulted. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. Dude! First, he, like, protects Junie from all the rubble and gets severely hurt. He's so bandaged up, oh my god. And then he gets a blow to the head. Dude is, like, barely holding together. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Is Miss Woods all right, Athena?
Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there.
I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo.
Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom.
Guess I can see why'd she think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who, me? Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you all right? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm all right.
People who've studied analytical psychology are great at times like these.
After all, they have learned how to control their own emotions, too. Oh, really? Somehow I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there is no denying that she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he?
Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the forehead.
Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels.
But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright?
Ugh! Just wait until I get my hands on that coward who hurt our Apollo! Now, Athena, I thought you said that you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, I'm just as upset as you.
Okay, boss, you're right.
Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. Why? Did it change? Oh, they changed Apollo's thing. Thankfully, he's gonna be okay, but he's still at the hospital undergoing treatment. All right, let's get ready to rumble. You bet. With everything that happened with Apollo... Oh, I just realized that I usually don't have the chat on the stream. That was just for yesterday. With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right for Miss Wood's sake, and Apollo's too. All right, 10 minutes beforehand, courtroom number 5. We go in 10 minutes early. Court is now in session, all rise. Oh. I have to respect what the game tells me to do. If they say all rise, I rise. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. Aha, looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of court number 4. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? What a truly harrowing experience it must have been, poor Mr. Justice.
At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods.
Oh my god, he isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he?
The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault.
Wow. Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here in the court is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial.
Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4.
Oh, we get a map now.
This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice?
Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne?
I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing.
He found some incriminating evidence.
Precisely. And so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him. Junie would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that.
Miss Sykes, please control your outburst.
It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself.
Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice.
What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there?
Although, considering our conversation yesterday,
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
we didn't get rid of these, did we? Maybe the two incidents really are related after all.
I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself.
Oh my god, she's back.
I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop. Oh.
Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo.
Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would then, please testify about what happened to the court.
Alone with Apollo.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? Oh.
So, Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man! I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. Yikes.
He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too.
I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. One has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? God damn.
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Something? What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think.
Oh, new evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. 3D!
I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence whenever I was called away.
Objection!
Objection! Oh, wow. Okay. Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor.
And what lie is that?
When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. No, I never...
Objection!
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence.
Oh my god, really? Why do they do this in every game? Oh, the killer writes their, the victim writes their killer, their assailant in blood on the nearest piece of paper, on the nearest wall, on the nearest floor. I'm tired of this. My god, how many times?
We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins.
Oh my gosh. Really? Dude, it doesn't even look like blood. It looks like a fucking marker did that. What on earth?
Do you see it? There is, there in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. Witness the message that he left us.
It's written in blood. W-O-O-D-S. Why isn't that?
That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted.
Oh, right. Let's take a look at that again.
That can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this?
Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday, it wasn't there. We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena's scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought that they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing.
Hold it!
Oh, really? Were you? Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods?
Yes. Oh.
Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly. But that barely even qualified as a quasi-question. Let's help her relax with a small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff. Her crushes? Really? I don't know about this. Yeah, just ask about how much she loves Apollo Justice, and sure, everything's gonna be fine.
Hold it!
Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins?
We went to look for my medicine. To stop my coughing.
Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4?
I dropped it in the heat of the moment, but Bumrap Riney, he was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see.
And Phony Fanty has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted.
I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bumrap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all of his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest.
The way that she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Oh, wait. He is. Just kidding. So that's why you went to the ruins. I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony.
Apollo started looking for Bumrat Briny near the witness stand, but where there was no rubble.
That's why they did it. Let me look at this again. Sorry, it's really funny. I'll just keep pressing. The area around the witness stand, are you sure about that?
I'm sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her, must not upset her.
Yes, I am sure that's where we searched first. But then I was called back to the courtroom to give testimony.
That was when you were called to the stand after Mr. Tonate's testimony, right?
Yes, the bailiff came to courtroom number 4 and brought me back to this courtroom.
And what about Mr. Justice? Did he come with you or did he stay behind?
Hold it!
I'd better not ask her about Apollo. I know, I'll use some small talk here to get her to relax a bit. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Woods?
Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit. I like sewing, too. I made this outfit myself.
Keep it up, Mr. Wright, it's working! Now ask if she has a crush on anyone. Really? Do we need to ask that? So, is there anyone in particular you like right now? God, I wish that somebody would ask Phoenix Wright this question.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, is that question even remotely related to this case? To this case? Not really. Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking questions unrelated to the case at hand. Sorry, Your Honor. -1 to brownie points. Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you were telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice.
I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So you think Mr. Justice is kind?
Yes, very kind. He rescued me. He's like the sun, strong and warm, and he makes me feel strong too.
The only adjectives I associate with sun are sweltering and oppressive.
But then Apollo got hurt, and it's all my fault.
Junie, Apollo's gonna be fine. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't just drop out of the sky.
You really think he'll be fine?
But the sun does go down at night.
Then that means Apollo could...
Oh my god. Mr. Payne, I do not think much of men who make young ladies cry. That's right. That's right. Suck it, Payne.
So Apollo was trying to help Juniper.
Who knew that Apollo could be such a sweetheart? Oh my god. It must have been pretty hard on him too, with all the rubble everywhere. Now that I think about it, there's something odd about what Apollo was able to do. You know, considering what Miss Woods said just now, I think you're right. That courtroom was in a very unusual state after all, which leaves the million-dollar question, what would explain this contradiction? Anyway, let's see what happens when I present what I suspect is our answer. Why did I just make that sound so weird? Anyway, it's either two things: the diagram or the picture, both with which. Why am I struggling with English today? Both with which show rubble. I'm gonna go the picture.
Objection!
Okay, so they want the diagram. Got it. Duly noted. I apologize, Your Honor. I seem to have made a slight miscalculation. You never change, do you? Let this be a lesson to always take every factor into account, Mr. Wright. Ouch. Guess I should have seen that one coming. Alrighty. Take number 2.
Objection!
There they go. So, he started his search with the witness stand, you say?
That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave. Strong.
But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that.
But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he really is brave and kind, too.
No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. I think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to, Mr. Wright. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this. Sorry. My bad.
Look at this photograph.
With the courtroom in this state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand? I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand.
Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering.
Ugh. Great, now I'm not so sure it matters. Phoenix.
A real man doesn't make mountains of a molehills, you know.
But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best.
I call slander, Your Honor.
So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy, but from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see. Ah, yes. I have one more.
Wow.
Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before.
There's an E. There's more writing after the woods. There's more writing. It's E, F, F. Woodsif. Woodsif. What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne is the metallic object in the photo, Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case.
That's right. Is there some problem?
Yes, that transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since.
Oh, that's it.
Miss Woods, have you remembered something?
Yes, I just realized its position. It's different from before.
Its position? The position of what?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case?
Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand.
I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
As I recall, I think it was more to the right.
Then that means, in that case, the case was over there. In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack.
Who cares where the transport case was and when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we were just talking about.
Objection!
Objection!
Where the transport... Oh, we're shaking our hand now in 3D. That's what Miles Edgeworth used to do. He used to, like, lift his hand when he objected, but Phoenix, he never did that. Just saying. Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear.
What?
That certainly sounds very relevant indeed, and you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor, this diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo, and this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. All right, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack. On his head, directly.
Take that!
Right on his head. There! I'm afraid I failed to follow your logic.
Boss?
I don't think anyone can follow that logic. Not even with a tracking device. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my logic just made a clean getaway, even from me. Perhaps a penalty will help you rethink your position. Ow. I better take another good look at the evidence. I think there was a clue in there about where the transport case was. How do you oh, there you go. You switch between there. Oh. It's an R. Oh. Oh. Okay. And the missing remote switch is still missing. I got it. It's an R. There's more. Anyway, I got it. Let's try that again, shall we?
Take that!
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's inconceivable! Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yes, that's where it was.
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing. Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying. The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Woods' testimony alone. What? And where is this proof you're talking about? It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in this photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault? The tracks? Do any of the tracks work?
Take that!
All the proof you'll need, Your Honor, is right here. How am I... You're just taking a wild stab in the dark, aren't you? No, I'm not. The game just sucks. You just earned yourself a penalty. For what? You deserve a penalty for picking the wrong spot even though you know what you're talking about. Tire. Track. Tire? Track.
Take that!
Like the tires. Maybe I'm not on the right thing here. Oh, the fact that, okay, the specific spot. Fuck off.
Take that!
Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages. I see, but what is it? That mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. And then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No! 3D Phoenix Wright. Oh, We got to see the point in 3D, y'all. And you did it, boss! It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off! Yep, that should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. Ah, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that! Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you. Oh, sweetie. Oh my god, I would love for her to get... I just had a thought on how great it would be for Athena to know Miles Edgeworth and to get in that man's head. It'd be great. Sorry, I just had a thought. If she's this good at perceiving people's emotions, feeling empathy. I need to unpackage the baggage that is Miles Edgeworth. Anyway, I need Athena and Miles in the same room. I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did? Huh? What? Everybody's sweating. You've saddled me with unnecessary feelings. Athena, oh my god, on it. Could you imagine if Athena was in the room at that time? That was like, at this point in time, that would be 8 years ago though. So Athena would be what, like 10? That's like almost 11 years ago, actually. She was a baby. Looks like I should have taken that train of thought through to the last station. Well, well, I've heard a lot about this. So, this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique. It is my favorite. Screw people that have abilities. Phoenix Wright's bullshit is the best. Ah, this feeling, it brings back memories of the old days. I fucking love it. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin. Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than a 2-bit con man. Yeah. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now, I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence. Hey, until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster. What now, boss? I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way to the truth somehow. Who could have written this message in blood? It doesn't say I get a point off for this, but I'm still gonna save. It was Apollo. The person, oh my god, Phoenix Wright is so confident. The person who wrote the bloody message was none other than Mr. Justice. Pardon me? What? Huh? Mr. Wright, didn't you just finish saying that it couldn't have been Apollo? And don't try to blame it on old age. Old age? Old age? Oh, yeah, I did just say that, didn't I? Not only does your head resemble a bird, but it seems that you have a bird brain as well. Mr. Wright, please try to think before you speak. Ugh, I better give that another try. Who could have written that message in blood? No! Oh, the bullshit only goes so far.
Take that!
This person left the bloody writing? Then what do you base this claim on? Because I don't like him, Your Honor. Do I really need to base my claim on something else? Boss? Of course you do. Don't tell me you don't have anything at all to back up your assertion. Nothing in particular, really. That won't do, Mr. Wright, but a penalty will make up for your deficiency very nicely. But, I love Phoenix's bullshit. It's my favorite thing in Ace Attorney. God damn it. Let's see 3D. 3D game over action. Whoa, so epic. So epic. Oh, and the door opens right away. Oh. So where does it take you back to? Oh. Oh, God. It was, oh wait, okay, I'm actually gonna get points off for this. I want to say Apollo again.
Take that!
Yeah, it's pain. What do you base this claim on? Do I really need to base my claim on? It's the same dialogue, god damn it. And no special dialogue, man. I know, I was just hoping for special dialogue. Alright, it was definitely can disarm. Should I say Athena? No, it doesn't seem like this game likes to have any fun. Damn, still not, okay. I thought it'd be cool if she was like,
oh no! It couldn't have been me! How dare you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Take that!
to be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. But I've come this far, there's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at the crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean. Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm, who left behind this message in blood. 3D!
What? Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're talking about here?
No, not really. My name is Phoenix Wright, and you'll get used to me bluffing in the courtroom a lot.
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense.
At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message.
Uh-oh!
I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case?
Why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There is no connection between the two whatsoever. They had never even met each other.
That's very true. Well then, let's see. Maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. There you go. That's my bullshitting Phoenix Wright.
Not what it appears to be?
Maybe the message was not intended to be Woods. Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning? Yes, Your Honor. For something I pulled out of a wormhole. Why doesn't the game just say for something I pulled out of my asshole? But a witch? What the heck? Thank you for the $25 donation. Thank you so much. That was a lot. Thank you.
I fell behind on your stream, so I'm not actually watching RN, but here is the crystal tax for your services.
Thank you so much. Gosh, donations really go a long way. I really appreciate all the support you guys are showing today.
Objection!
Objection. It clearly says Woods, as anyone can plainly see. What other meaning could it possibly have?
But Candace Arm was a detective. Maybe Woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think about that.
You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends, as you may have already guessed.
What?
And there is no such radio code as Woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright.
Is that a fact? Is that a fact?
Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes.
Enough of this! I was quite taken with the defense's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must end things here. No, please, wait, Your Honor. But before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing? Well, I believe it's, No stalling! If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over. I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language? Or maybe it's a code? Think, Phoenix, you can do this! Guilty! This is such like a cute little, this little rascal. Oh, I didn't realize that the dimensions were actually in it. Oh. I never looked at this, evidence, actually.
Take that!
The bomb transport case? I've about had it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar? What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand? Now, please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime scene photo. I think I see it. That a girl, that's one on my side. It says Woods. Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W, it's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros. The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Wood's name, it's the number engraved on this bomb transport case. What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D.
Objection!
But the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. I propose we read it backwards. This is like the thing I'm good at the most. Let's see, reading it from back end, we get Sudowoodo, the Pokemon. I see, and what does that mean? I believe there was someone connected to the case by the name of S-Do. Was it? Ha 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 ha! That was so great! I believe there was someone connected to the case. He says that with such confidence. I love Phoenix Wright so much. And who in the world is S-Do supposed to be, boss? I'm afraid there is no such person connected to the case. Yes, well, I expected as much. Oh, these answers are so worth it. I guess reading it backwards was a bust. Erase 1 or 2 lines. I want to do the wrong answer first. It'd be 1 line technically, so we're gonna say 2. Oh, god damn it. Please erase the 3rd downward stroke of the W and the curved path of... Oh, they're talking about 2 different letters? Fuck. Well, would you look at that? Luis. No, Your Honor, it isn't meant to be read as a word. It's the number L10015. Which, if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case. Erase 2 lines, and they match up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else by simply erasing 2 lines. What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy as Mr. Rye? Well, would you, Mr. Rye? The only right spelling is right. Oh my god. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number, but whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us? Good question. What does this number represent? Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could have had one purpose. To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing. Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than because they gave us a flashback to handhold us to give you the right answer.
Take that!
Why? The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing. Ted Tonate. Apparently disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow, the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So, when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime. Oh, stop saying this.
Objection!
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't that simply write the person's name? He's got a good point there, but we don't know the name. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Wright? Not only did that only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name at the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible that they wouldn't have been familiar with each other. Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. No matter what the reason, the important thing is that the meaning behind her message, the fact remains that she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number. Now just wait one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. The bloody writing was found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Arm had left the message, it should have been found at that time. She fingered him, Your Honor. Oh, God. Naturally, Mr. Tonate hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. What? Mr. Tonate was able to cover the message up because he is wearing those weird goggles. He's a stickler for details. I have time to fuck around. It's because he's wearing those weird goggles. Mr. Tonate was wearing those weird goggles of his. Thanks to them, he was able to notice the bloody writing before anyone else could. That super extendo binocular vision of his. I mean, how weird is that, right? I agree it's pretty strange, but I don't see what it has to do with the bloody writing. Mr. Wright, I don't appreciate careless accusations based on flimsy assertions. Penalty! I still think those goggles are pretty weird. I mean, come on, right? I love him. I love him so much. I know how Mr. Tonate was able to cover up the bloody writing. I swear. Your Honor, please let me try to explain one more time. Is it worth it for the game over? I think it's worth it. He's a stickler for details, Your Honor. Mr. Tonate is quite a nervous person, a stickler for details. That's why the bloody writing bothered him. But wouldn't the bloody writing bother him whether he was a stickler for details or not? Oh, I don't know about that, Your Honor. But, for example, I doubt it would bother Athena here. She doesn't seem like one for details, I don't think. What? I object to his accusation, Your Honor. I object wholeheartedly. And I object to your lame explanation, Mr. Wright. Worth it. Absolutely worth it. Goodbye, courtroom. Guilty. Hello, courtroom. So Juniper's dead.
Ba-bum-bum.
Objection!
Objection.
All right, no more bullshitting.
Objection! Objection!
The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tonate himself. When Mr. Tonate saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure. So that's why the message in blood was under the transport case. He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Tonate used them in another incident, the assault on Mr. Justice, Mr. Tonate hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it right away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it by adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Arm left behind. He changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack. Oh, so that means the only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tonate. I love pain. 3D pain in there. Damn, that was peak. Order in the court! Order, I say! It looks like that we will have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tonate take the witness stand. Yes, Your Honor. That was great, Mr. Wright. Just doing what I do best. Bullshitting in the courtroom! Which is flying by the seat of my pants. I've finally drawn Mr. Tonate back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, goggle man. Now watch me take your lies apart. Mr. Tonate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all laughable.
Objection!
I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tonate. The message in blood matches your ID number. The same ID number that is there on that bomb transport case. Such a far-fetched theory, no better than a tangled ball of wires. I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You were the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left her message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then use it again later. I see ×2, but then let me ask you, do you... Oh, I see ×2, I see. He just didn't want to type I see twice. Okay, whatever. Do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message? That's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Wright? The best way to prove that Detective Arm wrote that message is to analyze the DNA. Your Honor, I request that a DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Once we know who it is, it will be obvious as to who wrote the message. Very well. Bailiff, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. It will be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness. I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defense's theory is. I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion, but there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there is no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far from where the bloody message was found. So, you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Precisely. It is as plain as day that she could not have written it. It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance to the courtroom. Please have a look at the crime scene photo.
As you can see, there is blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there.
I see. All right then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Do you have what it takes to take my infallible testimony apart?
Yes, bitch, I do.
Hold it!
Why were you the first person on the scene?
To secure the area, it is regulation for a bomb disposal specialist to enter first.
In other words, you had the opportunity to alter the bloody writing then, didn't you?
Well,
Objection!
Mr. Wright, please don't interrupt. Mr. Tonate is about to give testimony that will show just how wrong your reasoning is.
Darn, I think he was just about to say something interesting too.
When I went in and saw the aftermath, well, it was quite the disaster.
This guy creeps me out, man.
Hold it!
You were able to tell this even with those goggles on?
With these goggles, there is no way I could have missed something like that. I can see quite well with them. In fact, I can see every hair on your spiky head. Oh, you have few grays, Mr. Wright.
What?
Poor Mr. Wright. You're always working so hard keeping our office together. Wait a minute, I don't have any gray hairs. Just kidding.
Objection!
I object to the witness's attempt to prematurely give me gray hair. Goddamn. Mr. Tonate, this court frowns upon untoward comments on a person's hair or lack thereof.
I'm sensing a great wave of sorrow coming from the judge. My apologies, Your Honor. May I please continue my testimony?
The judge did not like that.
Hold it!
If she didn't write it, then who do you propose did? Mr. Justice, of course. Just before dying, he wrote the name of his attacker, Juniper Woods. A final message from your poor subordinate.
Well, Mr. Justice, I'm starting to get all misty-eyed.
Apollo is not dead, folks. How can you be so sure it wasn't Detective Arm who wrote the message? It is very simple. She had struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance.
Hold it!
Do you imagine that she was thrown back by the force of the blast?
A bomb can inflict damage not only from the explosion itself, but also substantial secondary damage from the blast wind. Detective Arm unfortunately hit her head on some rubble. It's stated in her autopsy report as well. Cause of death, trauma to back of head.
Ah, the autopsy report. I'd better take another look at that.
The reason for that being, she was too far away from where the bloody message was found.
Hold it!
Isn't it possible that she could have crawled to the area of the bloody message?
If that were true, then how did she return to that spot near the entrance?
Maybe she crawled back after writing it?
Hey, did this guy just humph me? Would you like to get down on the floor and give us a demonstration of your theory?
Whoa, 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 whoa! Woo, woo! Okay, no! No, thank you!
The victim's body and the writing are several yards away from each other. There's no way she could reach. Quite the conundrum.
So that means that something is off somewhere. There must be a contradiction.
Maybe the body was moved? But that doesn't explain how blood got onto the rubble.
What if that was done by the real culprit after the fact? If that's the case, then something about that might contradict the evidence that we have. Oh. The autopsy report is just a picture. Cause of death, trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. Brutal.
Objection!
You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tonate. Take a look at this autopsy report. Specifically the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to the back of head caused by impact with a flat object. What about it? Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed. Oh, damn. Hey, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Just like your hair. Thanks, Athena. That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? I believe it means that the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking that the victim died near the courtroom entrance. I love the pointing in 3D. Are you claiming that the culprit moved the victim's body? That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location, most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In that case, she definitely could have written the message. Your Honor, I have the results of the bloodstain analysis. Let's take a good look. According to the report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood. And as the defense claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct. Yes, you did it! You were right, boss! Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. Wait, what? Why? They just explained it. I don't need to take a look at it. What game? Mr. Tonate, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself. Fine, I will confess. You will? But why are you so calm? This time I will tell the truth. Oh, really? It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote my whatever. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. My bad, Your Honor. I see, so it is your assertion that you merely moved the body, is that it? That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm. Oh, well, if that's all you did, then... wait a minute! That in and of itself is a criminal act! Glad to see you finally cross the finish line, Your Honor. Very well then, your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. My bad. How does my bad get away in a court of law?
Hold it!
I did a little obstruction of justice. Sorry, my bad. So you admit that you actually did see the bloody writing that Detective Arm left. My bad. My bad, Your Honor. I should have said so from the outset. And you are sure it was your ID number?
Hi, Crystal. I've been catching up on the vibes and loving every minute of it. So glad you're getting so much joy out of this incredible series.
Aww.
With surely much more to come.
Thank you so much, Seg Plays. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the 3 months. Enjoy your emotes. It was definitely my ID number. That number was assigned exclusively to me by the police department. The number is assigned to my goggles as well. So those funky things were provided by the police department. Although these are special goggles customized by me personally. Speaking of personalized, these sunglasses of mine were custom made as well. They were specially created to be particularly dark and shiny. Speaking of special, my gavel is made of mahogany and was custom made. Oh my god. It was specially created to make a particularly loud and resounding sound. Okay, thank you, Judge. Wish I had something to brag about. Your badge? Who are you? You're Phoenix Wright. Your badge! What the hell, bro? Brag about your badge! Be all that as it may, you just want to reconfirm you saw the bloody writing clearly. And that it was your ID number. That is correct. My ID number was written in blood on the floor.
Hold it!
And it was written after the bomb went off in the courtroom? Correct. I didn't know why she would write it, so that sent me into a panic. Sounds like you were in quite a tizzy. Quite a tizzy. If I were in his shoes, I guess it would have psyched me out too. I can't imagine coming across the message, "Psych's" written in blood. If I saw a gasp in pain written in blood, I'd certainly make a gasp. Rest assured, Mr. Tonate, I understand how you must have felt. And so you discovered your ID number written in blood at the scene, and... That is right. I saw it with my own eyes. It very clearly says... whatever.
Hold it!
Tizzy. Didn't you? The victim may have had special knowledge of who the bomber was. I have no idea what thoughts Detective R may have had inside her head. It is not like I ever dismantled her mind to check. Mr. Wright, if you have suspicions about the witness, let's see your proof. Evidence is everything in a court of law. Even school children know that. How many years have you been a defense attorney now? Like 4 years, and then I got fired for 7, and now I'm back. So actually really not that long. Cut me some slack, will you? Don't feel bad, boss. You just got your attorney's badge back after all. Yeah, thank you. In that sense, you're still more of a beginner than I... Oh my god. Okay. I suppose I should be thankful you're not a licensed psychologist. Mr. Tonate, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
By mistaken, do you mean that you had nothing to do with the explosion? That is correct. That is why I was so shocked when I saw my ID number. The victim may have suspected Mr. Tonate for no reason other than the fact that, as the bomb specialist, he was in charge of the bomb. In other words, a false accusation. It's vocational discrimination, I say. I do not support discrimination of any kind. Well spoken, Your Honor. If the victim had been found to be killed with a gavel, Mr. Blue Suit over there probably would have pinned the crime on you. He would? Well, that just wouldn't do. Mr. Wright, if you dare try to pin anything on me, I will find you in contempt of court. Oh my god. I've never even tried to harm a strand on your beard, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has gone through so much hell. He does not deserve any of this. Well said, Mr. Payne, because I am so closely associated with bombs. I was afraid I would be prosecuted if anyone saw the bloody writing. Ugh.
Hold it!
My bad. You didn't think to clean away the bloody writing. I didn't have time. By the time I found the message, the blood was already dry. The police were waiting just outside for me to secure the room, and I still had to move the body. I was in a panic. With no time to spare, I temporarily covered the writing with my case. Didn't you think the police would find it during their investigation? Regulation stipulates only specialist-made touch transport cases. Because of the danger, you see. I thought it would clean up the writing once they were finished. My bad. My bad. My bad? Does he really think that will just magically smooth everything over? This guy is something else, and I don't believe Detective Arm's dying message was just some mistake. He won't wriggle out of this one easily. What did Mr. Tonate see when he first discovered the bloody writing? There has to be a contradiction hidden in his testimony somewhere. My bad. So the only new thing we got is the bloody writing analysis. Oh boy, we're so back. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Bum, 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 bum. It doesn't look like loser, no. I don't see it. Maybe? Wait, should I look at it again? Ooh. Oh, you mean like, loser. Maybe I see where you're coming from. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Some magical third person in the room. Yeah, okay. The poor bracelet. The bracelet sticks out like a sore thumb.
Objection!
I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood. It very clearly says, but that's odd because that's not what I see.
Objection!
What on earth are you babbling on about now? Wasn't it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place? Take a good look at the... Oh, sorry. My bad. Now, tell me, does it really say that? Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tonate? I know, now I remember, there was no R on the end. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad. My bad. Come back, my beautiful contradiction! Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? I sense that he's extremely agitated, almost panicked. You sense that? Yeah, it looks a little... It's not obvious. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R did Mr. Tonate really see? No, maybe Mr. Tonate really did see the R, but there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Oh my god, Phoenix. What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel? What? No. I've got it. That's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tonate really did see the letter R. Oh, but the photo clearly shows that there is no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tonate actually could have seen the R. If you're going to make that claim, then you'd better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R? The flat... Oh, the text actually goes away. That's so nice of the game.
Take that!
Take that. Please look here to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Just on the edge of where the floor is broken up. What's that R that... That's the R that Mr. Tonate saw. It's true that the witness wears some very, very odd goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you?
Objection!
Oh, so many objections going around. But what Mr. Tonate saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh, well, that explains it. Huh? Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order. Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when that R was written turns about everything in this case. Turns around everything. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion. That's ridiculous! If that were true, it overturns your own premise. That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down, topsy-turvy! The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. Get him, Phoenix Wright! Woo! Order in the court! What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion? True, but consider this scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion. Or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, he could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast. What? Sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial? Let's see, according to the police report. Ah, here it is. One person saw the victim before the trial, and that person was Ted Tonate. Wait, what? No one beside Mr. Tonate saw the victim. That appears to be the case, Your Honor. We're fucked. I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tonate's words from yesterday. Oh my. Mr. Tonate, just before the trial, you were with victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. We got him. The defense requests new testimony. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial. My testimony, there is no need for... He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head. All I did was transport the courtroom that I already told you. Blast this thing! I was only in the courtroom for the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the ball there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not? Tisk tisk. Do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright? What now, Mr. Payne? Yes, Mr. Tonate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm, but an important piece of your assertion is missing. The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim? Even if Mr. Tonate had the chance without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime. Well, Mr. Tonate? Yes, that's right. I didn't have any sort of thing that could have used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't have possibly killed Detective Arm. Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report, I'm hoping that there's something in here that can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right? A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon. Can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Arm? I believe I can. Believe being the key word here. Then please do so now. What did Mr. Tonate have that could have been used as the murder weapon? I have to present evidence for this? Well, yeah, I mean, can I just, like, point out the blood on the rubble and, like, you know, if it was before the explosion, it's still valid.
Take that!
Ah, really? Damn it. You fell right into my trap! So you confirm that this piece of evidence was not the murder weapon? Sumire lover, thank you so much for the prime sub, I appreciate it. That narrows my candidates down by 1. I hope you don't intend to answer by process of elimination, Mr. Wright. Because if you do, prepare to see me do more of this to you. Wow. The victim was killed with a blow to the head. So, the question is, what evidence is connected to Mr. Tonate and could serve as a blow? Oh! I'm an idiot.
Take that!
Oh, I'm more of an idiot. I thought that they were talking about the missing remote switch because it's both flat and missing. Okay, never mind. The box, then? The transport? Just go.
Take that!
I got nothing. All my ideas. My questioning. Because I originally thought it was this rubble that had a lot of blood on it before it exploded and became pointy. That this was beforehand. And then I thought that they meant that, and then I thought they meant that. So wait, where the fuck? Nani the fuck? Eh? Well, I guess we're brought by process of elimination. It's clearly the badge. They're not gonna have any special dialogue for that though, so that's kind of lame. The badge, I can't do the badge. I can't do the badge, chat. Oh, I didn't oh, there's a page 2. Oh, they already said that though. I don't need that information right now. Anyway. I guess we'll go with the piece that's missing.
Take that!
Really? Wow, we really are just gonna be process of elimination here, I guess. I presented that, and that. So... I guess we hear. Because it can't be... Well... Eh. We're not talking about the bomb itself, are we? Oh. The case is alloy plating. But, oh.
Take that!
Oh. Got it. You say that you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon, but in fact, you had the perfect thing. What the devil are you talking about? You had this. That's the bomb. I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast. The bomb blast, no, but I believe Candace Arm was killed with this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head. Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. We have assumed that this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor, but a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern. Are we gonna, like, detonate another bomb in this courtroom right now? Oh, God. Evil laughter. What's with him? Then show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb? He's right. I don't have anything decisive. Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof, but too bad. The bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom! Game over. Yeah. Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo? Yeah. The timer display is a little broken. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head. That definitely is a distinct possibility, but unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count. I guess you're right. By setting off the bomb, Tonate managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for the things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Tonate murdered Detective Arm before the trial started, and then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means that there was something that he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tonate had to hide. Okay, so they narrowed it down to I have to show a photo. Well, there's that. It has to be the message.
Take that!
Right? No, okay, apparently not. I have like a 1 out of 3 chance here, and I got it wrong. Welp. Juniper Woods, you are guilty as fuck! I just imagine the judge says it like that every time now. Thanks, anime. Guilty as fuck!
Take that!
Your Honor, there's something that we've all been overlooking. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tonate wouldn't have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. You're right. Even if we can figure out where that hiding place was exactly, we might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. So, where could Mr. Tonate have hidden the body during the trial?
Take that!
Wait, a box big enough for a body, a box that was in the courtroom the whole time. A box nobody would touch if they thought that there was a bomb in it. Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again? You heard me. Now show me what's inside the bomb transport case. I've got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the body went off. Clearly you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial? The answer is right here, inside a box made of thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact. Completely false! If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So let's open it up and take a look inside. Fucking gotta. Hold it! Let's not. Oh. Not if you value your life. What's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. Huh? I repeat, this HH-3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. Are you threatening me? I am the only one who can disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. Mr. Tonate, didn't you just say that you're a training model, a fake to practice on? I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH-3000. But the HH-3000 was used to blow up courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH-3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one that I made. Are we to take that as a confession? Take it any way that you would like. Just before the trial, I took the HH-3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb in it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4. Mr. Tonate, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? The HH-3000 is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. So I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if really it was the HH-3000 in there? We could do it literally right now. What's stopping me? I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check. There really is a possibility that the bomb was switched out. Not a possibility, a certainty. I did it. He had a real bomb with him this whole time. You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time. Dude's a psychopath. That's great. Order in the court! I am out of here! It's gonna blow! Run! Wow. You 4 are still here. Well, well, aren't you brave? It just wouldn't do for the judge presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day, the judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Payne, oh, and there he goes. And he's off. Mr. Wright, what do we do? It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? But the bomb might really go off. Only 3 more minutes, folks. Is that bomb really the HH-3000? What should I do? Run like a yellowed Betty? No, stand my ground. I'm gonna die here. I can't run. With my dear, dear HH-3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. Farewell.
Hold it!
Hold it! You're not going anywhere, Ted Tonate. Yeah, Phoenix, right? Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure, Mr. Wright? Why did Phoenix wait so long? The whole courtroom fucking left. He waited. More of your famous bluffing, even at the risk of your own life. Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now. Not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here. I'm not bluffing, and I have proof. Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in the photo of the bomb, clear as day. proof that Mr. Tonate's bomb is not the real HH3000? Where is the proof that what Mr. Tonate is holding is not the real HH3000? Guilty. The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Tonate used the bomb to attack Detective Arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Therefore, this is not the real HH3000. Mr. Tonate was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb and the stuffed animal. The real HH3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Got him. Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself. Please do that, Mr. Wright. Stop! Just as I expected. Your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tonate. I'm confident DNA analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood, and that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. How about it, Mr. Tonate? Woo! Oh, okay. Hello, Phoenix Wright. How about it, Mr. Tonate? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Dismantle it. You're too late. You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time. Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tonate. You've already proved that your bomb is a fake. This bomb is the real thing, I tell you. It's real. Oh my god, he's going crazy. Mad bomber, party of one. There's no time left. It's going to blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. I'm not gonna make it. Only one thing left to do. What the fuck? Is he okay? Oh! Okay. Oh my god, are his eyeballs literal bombs? Game. My life has been blown to pieces. It's all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed on the black market when I tried to take this one. She just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean it up. And now all of this. I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion, and then that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. After my testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4, and I found that kid all up in my bomb transport case. That's when I snuck up behind him, and bam! And then when the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could pin it all on her. Damn, okay. Why, oh why? This game is so much more anime than the ones before it. A little bit. A little bit. Yeah, actually, I see where you're coming from. Hereby arrest you on suspicion of the courtroom bombing on the assault of Mr. Justice. Your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that the members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper Wood's verdict. Not guilty! Woo! 3D not guilty! Woo woo woo! And pain is gone. Damn, this is a long celebration. That went on for a while. You did it, boss! Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off somehow. So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing. It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it? That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of here, that was great!
Mr. Wright, Athena, thank you for everything you did for me.
I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace.
I hope that both of you will come and visit me there sometime.
That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation. I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not so sure you can make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie?
Around 3,000 feet, I think.
What? That's no forest, that's a fucking mountain! But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving. Oh, that, yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is the unsolved mystery you're thinking of... like this?
Take that!
The remote switch, right? Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tonate just got rid of it somewhere. Yeah, it is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. It's just a small thing, Chad. It'll never become relevant again. I know. Christoph Gavin has the remote switch. And he initiated the timer on the bomb from a distance. It's Christoph Gavin, I know it is. Damn it, Christoph. You're the reason for all of my problems. Fucking Gavin! I knew it all along! For now, we should be celebrating our non-guilty verdict. I guess you're right. Hey, I know! Hey, Junie, shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone.
Okay.
Huh? Her grandmother? No, silly, to Apollo! Oh, right. Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him? Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind.
Okay.
And so the courtroom bombing case came to a close, but the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office, that's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes. Can I not call her Athena Cakes? Like, I don't know, it sounds cuter. And me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case that we can't solve. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. Athena Cakes. Like, as in she really likes to bake or something. Maybe like baking is her hobby. Athena Cakes. Not like cake is in her ass. Oh my god, chat, you're the only one taking it that way. I thought it was a cute name. Whatever. I thought it was cute. All of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. What? It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. I know what Apollo said. He said, "Did you know that you can sub to Crystal to get the world's greatest emotes? And that if you connect your Amazon Prime to your Twitch sub account, you can get a free sub to any streamer for 30 days. And then you can get the world's best emotes for free."
Hold it!
worked. No fucking shot that that worked. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Anyway. You now have the world's best emotes. Anyway, going on. 10 out of 10 because it actually worked. Thank you. Oh, write anything agency, date and time, question mark.
Hold it!
Another sub, yo,
Sorry,
thanks.
but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Trucy!
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Uh-oh.
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
Apollo's relevant? Oh my god. Wait, no, he's not relevant. He left. I wasn't relevant enough in my own game. I must go now. I must find my own purpose.
What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day that I first met you. We had tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature.
It was Christoph Gavin. He's a devil, you know. That's a mythical creature, right? End. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Paco. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. And thank you to whoever anonymously gifted a sub as well. I appreciate it. Oh. Okay, so Apollo Justice just fucking left. The monstrous turnabout.
Long, long ago, the nine-tailed fox defeated the evil Tenma and sealed the fallen demon away.
Oh my god, it's Christoph Gavin.
To this day, it is said that he slumbers even still within the forbidden chamber.
Night, night, Alderman. Sweet dreams.
That sounded like J. Muggle Tatum.
At long last, the revival of Tenma is at hand.
That does sound like him. A few months prior to the courthouse bombing, so now we're going a blast from the past. Got it. Oh my god. This is getting so messy. So messy. Guess I'm a little early. Oh, is Apollo finally the protagonist? Oh, Trucy. Ooh. An aspiring magician who Mr. Right adopted when duty called. Oh! We're back to being Apollo. Oh, Trucy. Hi. Oh.
Oh, hey, Apollo! Getting an early start today?
Yeah, this is the first job I've had in a while, after all.
Well, aren't we all fired up?
Well, it's not every day you get a call from Mr. Wright. What kind of work is it anyway? Mr. Wright didn't mention any details.
Work? Is that how he put it?
Don't tell me he just wants me to clean the toilet again.
You've really become a fixture around here, Apollo.
Come to think of it, it's been almost a year since I was hired. A lot's happened since then, but I've settled in nicely despite a few bumps in the road. My name is Apollo Justice, and I am goddamn relevant. I've been practicing law for about a year, but I still have a lot to learn. This is the Write Anything Agency, and it's where I work. Don't let the name fool you, it's definitely a law agency.
But don't forget that this place is a talent agency too, Polly.
It's the law agency part of this office that's usually forgotten. This is Trucy Wright, a budding magician, and adopted daughter of the agency's owner, Phoenix Wright. She sometimes makes me help her with her magic tricks.
And what's wrong with that? You're one of the agent's talents as well.
I was under the impression that I was a lawyer.
Oh, well, we better hurry. Doesn't look like Daddy's going to make it, so let's get going.
Huh? Where are we going? What about the job he mentioned?
That is the job, Polly. You're supposed to keep me company today. Now come on!
Another day of not being a lawyer. Should have seen this coming.
Well, this is the Write Anything Agency, you know? And there's no law-related work at the office at the moment, so...
Tell me again why I chose to work here? Where is Mr. Wright anyway?
Daddy said something about going to meet an acquaintance.
It better be Miles Edgeworth. Just kidding, it's probably Maya.
But don't worry, just focus on your job and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Well, let's go. We don't have all day.
Wait a second! Ugh, and another day of anything goes begins as the Write Anything Agency. Yokai Lane. Okay. So April 17th. I have to remember these dates because we're getting a bit wonky here. April 17th, 1:30. Phew! So, what are we doing way up here in the mountains?
This is Ninetails Vale. Everyone's been talking about the yokai craze here.
Yokai? You mean Japanese monsters? Guess that explains all these weird things. Speaking of which, wasn't Ninetails Vale founded by Japanese immigrants?
Yeah, they're holding a festival to boost tourism over the Alderman's Manor. My friend who works there invited us. That's why we're here.
You have friends? Oh, sorry, but like... that was mean. In other words, I'm your chaperone because your dad was too busy.
Daddy said that there were that with those horns of yours, you'd make a great addition to their festival.
Look, I just don't know how much Trucy actually gets out, okay? I don't know what she does in her free time. Does she even go to school? Like, does she have the opportunity to meet other people? I don't know. She goes to school, they never mention it, so I'm not gonna assume.
I mean, you look like a Japanese demon. Wasn't that so thoughtful of him, Polly?
I could do without thoughtfulness like that.
Oh, it's almost time! Come on, Polly, the festival grounds are this way.
Alright, guess it's time to move to QB Manor Garden. But what if I want to talk? Oh, good old investigation. Oh, I can present my badge. Hi. Check it out!
You're so lucky, Apollo. Everyone can see what you do with just a flash of your badge.
What about you, Trucy? People can tell you're a magician by the way you're dressed.
Yeah, but I can't always dress like this. Like when I'm at school and stuff.
Oh. Now they mention it. You could always show that you're a magician by making things appear and disappear. So basically, chat spoiled me. before it was actually mentioned. Got it.
You mean like this?
Oh my god, not the magic panties.
3, 2, 1. Ta-da!
3D magic panties. Oh god. Magic or no, aren't you a little old to be showing those things in public?
One of the things that annoys me is how they had to Americanize everything. Oh, players won't play games set in Japan like Persona doesn't exist.
Persona invented video games and Japan culture.
Then maybe he'll become a lawyer too.
You're abandoning your dream just like that? I can't, examine the place. This monster craze, come to think of it, I think I heard about it on TV. It's supposedly how Ninetales Vale made a comeback from the brink of fiscal disaster.
Our agency could sure use something positive like that. Oh, I know! Let's jump on board the monster craze! You and Daddy would be a perfect comedy duo! You could call yourselves Agni and Rudra, Demon Kings of Comedy. Daddy sets them up and you knock them down. Hey, I think we hit the jackpot with this idea.
Sorry, but I plan on staying a lawyer.
You do?
You don't have to act so surprised by that. Hey, Trucy, have you seen my attorney's badge?
How could you lose something so important?
Sometimes I really wonder about you, Apollo. This is so weird. I wonder if I dropped it somewhere. Wait, my attorney's badge is right here. I just showed it to her. What? What?
Oh, look! What are these panties doing here?
Oh my god. Forget about panties! I'm looking for my badge!
Did you forget? These are my magic panties.
Hey, that's my attorney's badge! How? How'd you do that?
I set it all up while you were back at the office.
But I just showed it to you. Okay, I presented a little bit backwards. Wow, I didn't even... Wait a second, you took my badge! Oh, she's so cute. The Right Anything Agency. Oh, look at this. She's adorable. All right, 2:05 p.m. QB Manor Garden. Wow, this place is really something.
It definitely feels like a different world here.
Trucy. Oh.
Jinxie!
And this is...
my friend Jinxie Tenma. She's the one who invited us. She just so happens to be the maid here. Two horns, a love of red. Are you a demon?
No, I'm Apollo Justice.
He is a demon.
What? Bruh?
Be gone, foul beast.
You look great, Polly. Fills in some of that space on your forehead. What is this thing?
It's a warding charm. Jinxie puts them all on the monsters that she finds.
I'm not a monster.
Maybe I should have told her that you're a good demon.
Or you could just say that I'm a human.
The red demon, emissary of the underworld.
I got up early to do my hair for this. Ugh, can I take this off now?
So you can eat me?
I'm not going to eat you.
Forgive me, oh terrible one.
Tone down your cords of steel, Apollo. You're scaring her out of her wits. Don't worry, I'm already full.
Please, please stay that way.
Great, now I'm playing along too. You know what? I'm gonna show you my badge. Does my badge scare you? Boo. Would you mind taking a look at this?
No, thank you. Be gone, foul demon.
Wow, it's just a fucking badge. Banished again.
That's what you get when you flash a girl like that, even if it was just your bat.
Sheesh, you make it sound like I'm some kind of creep.
So, So, I wanted to ask you about Ninetails Vale. Be gone, foul demon. Looks like you've been demonized, Polly. Literally. I'm starting to wonder if I really am a demon myself. Please don't eat me. I have food if you're hungry. This isn't working. We won't get anything out of her until we set the record straight. If only we had some way to prove that you're not as scary as you look. Ouch, unnecessary roughness. Looks like I have to present some proof. Proof that I'm 100% human. But I already did. I wanted to show you this. Oh my god. What is it? It's my attorney's badge, you see? I'm not a demon, I'm a lawyer. Really? You're a lawyer? Phew, maybe now she'll stop calling me a demon. Does it protect you from Amadeus? Amadeus. Judgment? Who's Amadeo? I read somewhere that he's the demon lord who judges the dead for their sins. Uh-oh, I think now she thinks that you're a demon lawyer from hell, Polly. Can I go back to being just a normal demon? What are we, Christoph Gavin now? Oh, please don't boil me into a scalding cauldron. I'd prefer a Turkish bath if possible. Dude, Turkish bath? A Turkish bath? Isn't that more sauna than bath? Dude, it's fucking great. I went into my first Turkish bath. It's kind of like a sauna. Like, it was this year, wasn't it? It was like 6 months ago I went. That was easily the best experience I've ever had. It's so good. So it's like a really... I'm gonna explain this for those of you that don't care. You're gonna care. So if you've never done a Turkish bath, it's like really, really hot, humid type of saunas, because there's a lot of different saunas out there. But a Turkish one is very humid, so very, very wet, hot heat. And then they have a cold bath area in the back of the sauna. So in the same room, like you sit in the hot, humid sauna for a bit, and then you go into the cold bath and you pour an ice bucket of water over your head, and it just feels so good. Oh my god, it's so good. The ice bucket, like you have no idea how good it feels. It's so good. It'll be on the exam. Make sure you write that down. Turkish baths are a great experience. Don't worry, Jinxie, he's a good demon. He'll save you even if you go astray. Please, Mr. Demon Lawyer, sir, you have mercy on my soul. I told you I'm not a demon, and Trucy, you're just making things worse. You just leave that Enmadeo to me. Isn't that great, Jinxie? Uh-huh, I'm not scared to cross into the afterlife. Will someone tell these two that I'm a human? Oh, it updated. So, Jinxie, I hear this village is the epicenter of the monster craze. Barely anyone had even heard of it before, but now it's packed with tourists. Really? So the monster craze is the reason behind today's festival? And it was the alderman's idea, but I'd be careful if I were you. There are lots and lots of yokai prowling around about Ninetails Vale. Prowling about? You mean like wild animals or something? Uh-huh, and they're hungry too. Man-eating monsters, and they're all over the place? Uh-huh. In fact, there was one at the manor yesterday. I heard the doorbell ring, but when I opened the door, nobody was there. It was the ding-dong demon. How else could you explain it? Yeah, ding-dong demon. Well, when I was a kid, my friends used to play this prank called Ding Dong Ditch. Well, that doesn't prove yokai aren't real. There's even one here at the manor. The demon Tenma Taro. He's in prison in the Forbidden Chamber. Oh wow. Okay, Tenma Taro? The Forbidden Chamber? Oh god. About that yokai that you said was imprisoned here at the manor, is it true? Uh-huh. He's a super evil demon named Tenma Taro. Here, take a look at the scroll. Tenmataro's the dark demon that you see here. He's super evil and super scary. And
that's the yokai imprisoned in the Forbidden Chamber?
uh-huh. He was defeated by the village guardian yokai, the nine-tailed fox.
And locked away and locked away forever. Oh wow. Okay. So you're saying Tenmataro is still trapped inside the Forbidden Chamber?
Uh-huh. But he's just biding his time until he can escape. Still, we should be perfectly safe. Because there's a really powerful sealing charm on the doors keeping it shut.
What a charming security system.
You can keep the scroll if you want. The alderman gave me this, but just holding it gives me the chills, so...
Ah, thanks, Jinxie. Maybe I'll give this to Mr. Wright. So, I was wondering, are those things on your forehead also warding charms, Jinxie?
Yes, they're to prevent evil things from getting inside me. Papa told me to wear them.
Evil things? Apollo, don't you dare take those charms off her forehead. They have to stay there forever. Got it? I wonder what would happen if I did take them off.
It's time for me to get back to work.
Thanks for inviting us, Jinxie.
You're welcome. Oh, and before I forget, there's going to be a surprise event today. Even I don't know what to expect, but it's sure to be fun.
Better not be a yokai parade. She'd probably drop dead from fright. Demon! Oh, wait, it's just someone in a suit. Okay, right? Tenmataro, the demon from the Forbidden Chamber! Please don't hurt me! Be gone, be gone, be gone! Better watch out, little girl, or I'll snatch you away. Charm. Where's that die and go to heaven charm? Oh, she put it on her own forehead this time. She sure gives up quick. Huh? Why is everyone hiding their faces? You there! You mustn't stare at Tenmataro like that. Lower your eyes. He'll steal your soul if you're not careful. Steal my soul? Seriously? Your devilry stops here and now, Tenmataro. Now what? Look, Apollo! There's somebody up on the roof! What's happening? That booming laugh, could it be? My 9 golden tails are proof of my unassailable righteousness! With my band of 100 minions, I vanquish evil from the land! I am the wrestler of righteousness! Oh. The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetales, is here! Fear not, good little boys and girls, while I shall defeat Tenmataro! Ha 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 ha! Hooray! Yay! Up to your no-good tricks again, eh, Tenmataro? Well, not on my yokai watch! See what I did there? Ha ha ha, I'm so funny. Ah ha ha! There's nothing to fear now, my child! I have banished Tenmataro. You and your people can now live in peace.
Thank you, Mr. Amazing Ninetales, sir. And now
I must be off! Another match and another foe to vanquish await! What was that all about? Did that wrestler just chase off a yokai? Looks like he came out of the Alderman's manor.
That was the Amazing Ninetales. He's a pro wrestler from right here in the Ninetales Vale, but no one knows his true identity.
Jinxie sure seems chipper all of a sudden. What was all that about him banishing Tenmataro?
That was a yokai exorcism. It's an annual ritual where Tenmataro is released to remind us of his wickedness. In the end, the Ninetales Fox drives Tenmataro out and purifies our village. But the Amazing Ninetales did the honors this year.
So that was the big surprise, huh? The Amazing Ninetales and Tenmataro, huh? Well, whatever floats her boat.
would you look at the time? I'd better get back to work. Please excuse me.
Bye. She's a strange one, all right.
I think she's sweet in her own special way.
Knowing Trucy, she probably has a lot of friends who are sweet in their own way.
Well, we still have some time to kill. Might as well see the rest of Ninetales Vale while we're here.
The fun never stops, does it? This is so awkward. Okay, 3:40 p.m. Like an hour and a half later-ish.
I think I bought nearly every yokai souvenir that was for sale.
I know, because my wallet's running on empty.
Hmm? What's with all the commotion over there?
Hey, isn't that your friend Jinxie? I hope everything's okay.
It's terrible. Calm down, Jinxie. Tell us what happened. The demon Tenma. He killed Alderman QB.
What?
Wait, killed as in dead? Yes, and Tenma did it.
You stay here while I go have a look.
Please, wait. Oh, it's a Tenma warding charm. It should protect you, but please be careful.
The alderman's in the fox chamber at the top of the main staircase. Oh god. Okay, got it. Jinxie gave me when I set out for the scene of the crime. Oh, that's a weird thing to have right now, but okay. Oh boy. Anime cutscenes! I do like the cutscenes. I could get used to more of these. The bloody footprints. Oh my god! That's more than one dead person! That's 2 dead people. Oh, he's not dead. He's gonna die, though.
Are you all right?
Who are you?
Help! Someone call an ambulance!
The police arrived soon after that, at which point I returned to the festival grounds. Apparently, the man impaled with a spear was already dead, but there was one other person there, and he was immediately rushed to the hospital. Thank goodness the other man's going to be fine. Sounds like he'd only been unconscious.
You think Jinxie's going to be okay?
I'm sure she'll be back to her old self in no time. At least she's calm enough for the police to question her for now. And I'm sure love to know a crazy animal left those feathers in tracks.
Oh, look, here comes Jinxie. Hi, Trucy. Hi, Mr. Demon Lawyer.
Hey, feeling any better? I was wondering if you're up to filling us in on what happened. Thank you for the charm.
That warding charm is my supernatural security system. It protects me from yokai, ghosts, and demons and other things that go bump in the night. Just the other day, I was chased down by a demented camera demon. But I drove him back with my trusty warding charm.
Camera demon sounds more like an overexcited tourist.
Still, I suppose it's not nice to repel every yokai I meet. I mean, there are some that aren't all bad. I learned that today.
Why is she staring at me like that? Oh boy.
They sell those at the village souvenir shop.
They really went all out, making it look like a real scroll and all.
By rolling it up like that, you can't see Tenmataro's picture. And it's so you don't lose your soul if you accidentally gazed upon him. Even if it's a souvenir, no one in this village wants to accidentally see what's inside.
I've heard of losing or selling your soul for many things, but for the price of a souvenir, I wonder how many innocent shopgirls have fallen victim. Wouldn't it be better not to sell them at all? So the man with the spear in his chest was already dead?
Uh-huh. It was Alderman QB. When I found him, he was already...
So the victim was the village alderman. And the one who was found alive, who was he?
Damien Tenma. He's the mayor of the neighboring city, Tenma Town. They arrested him.
So he's the killer?
Papa didn't kill anyone.
Papa? Oh, your father.
That's right, Jinxie's dad is mayor of Tenma Town.
No way!
Yes, way, but he's innocent.
This just got way more complicated. The victim was the alderman of Ninetails Vale, and Jinxie's father, the mayor of Tenma Town, was arrested for the crime. Sounds like we have some investigating to do.
I know this is difficult, Jinxie, but you need to hang in there. Yeah, I know. I'll try my best. Would you mind
telling me a little bit more about the victim? Lord Daddy. Lord Daddy's not even here. So the victim was the village alderman? What can you tell me about him?
His name was Rex Cuby. They say that his family has ties to the legendary nine-tailed fox. He was really kind, and he always looked out for me. And he was a former pro wrestler, and I even knew that he knew the amazing Ninetails.
A former pro wrestler, huh? Something, that's something to keep in mind. With your father being mayor and all, I guess you're originally from Tenma Town? So then why did you come work here?
It was to overcome your fears, right, Jinxie? Uh-huh. Plus, Mama was from Ninetails Vale, though she's no longer with us. She loved these flowers. I always wanted to live where Ninetails flowers grew. Wow, what a beautiful flower! And with exactly 9 petals, too! And just looking at them gives me courage, even when I'm scared of yokai.
A flower found only in Ninetails Vale. It boosts Jinxie's courage because it was her mother's favorite. Aw, that's cute. Jinxie, when you first told us about what happened, you said that the killer was a demon.
Uh-huh. The warning charm on the Forbidden Chamber's door. It's been removed.
The Forbidden Chamber's door? That big door that was barred shut? There wasn't a charm on it when I checked it out, so I guess it was removed by someone. That's how Tenma Taro escaped.
Oh! But when I try to remember what happened, it all goes fuzzy. Jinxie, you should go get some rest. You've been through a lot today.
Between the warding charm being removed and the black feathers and weird tracks, I could see how a superstitious person might think a demon was the killer.
Apollo! Then maybe this is your chance!
Chance for what?
To do the right thing and defend Jinxie's dad in court.
Who, me? Wouldn't a man like Mayor Tenma have access to more experienced lawyers?
You want to know what the detective said? They doubted that there was a lawyer who could get a non-guilty verdict in this one.
Sounds like they're expecting an open and shut case.
Don't worry, Jinxie. If anyone can prove your dad's innocence, it's Polly. What? You'll accept the case, won't you, Polly?
Oh my god.
It's all over, isn't it? I'll be all alone for the rest of my life.
Oh, right. Jinxie's already lost her mother. All right. Jinxie, I'll leave your father's defense to me, I guess.
Attaboy, Polly. You're going to help Papa and Mr. Demon Lawyer?
Yep, because that's what lawyers do. Plus, no toilet cleaning for a while, so ayo! Fuck you, Lord Daddy! I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that your father walks away a free man, and I with not cleaning the toilet.
Thank you, Mr. Demon Lawyer. I can tell you're one of the good ones. Red demons are usually so mean.
It's been a while, but I'll be fine. Ready or not, here comes justice! Guess I ought to go and meet my new client. But before I forget, better jot this down in my notebook.
Hey, Apollo, what's the notebook for?
Oh, I just thought I should jot down some stuff about the case. And so I don't misplace them, I'm putting my notes in the court record. I guess it's what you would call a to-do list. Oh.
Oh, sounds handy.
To read my notes, I just open the court record. Then I can switch between tabs. Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. So about Jinxie's father. No matter how scary he seems, promise me you'll resist the urge to run away.
Wait, what?
His angry glare can paralyze you with fear. And some claim that he can even shoot laser beams from his eyes. Maybe Papa isn't really that scary.
A paralyzing stare, laser beams from his eyes? He sounds like some kind of monster.
I think it's about time I see Jinxie off. I'll head back to the office after I'm done.
Okay, thanks. Here we go. Ah, the guard. He is still not a cardboard cutout. Ah, visiting hours. Perfect timing. Hope he's not as scary as he sounds. Who are you? Yikes! So you're Damien Tenma, right? I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. I'm here to help. Huh? Ah! Let me out of here! Sorry. I get a little loud sometimes. How incredibly rude! I'm sorry, did I do something to offend you? A visitor would all others shun me like a common criminal, and here I am with nothing to offer. I am the epitome of rudeness. Wait, so he wasn't mad at me. Unworthy as I am Damien Tenma shall breach. Damien Tenma shall breach these walls, so that I may treat my benefactor to some tea and maybe some cookies too. No, wait, we can do tea and cookies after we prove your innocence. How about you start by telling me what happened? I see, so tea and cookies can wait, can they? Phew, that was close. We don't need jailbreak added to the list of charges. Seems like a good guy, but with a face like that, I can see why he's misunderstood. I want to examine the room. I want to examine the guard. Hey, I have a badge. Thank you for agreeing to defend me. Oh, no thanks required. Just doing my job. What is with all the ellipses? He's even scarier when he's not saying anything. Nice day today, huh? I love nice days like these. It's perfect for lawyering weather. The trial is tomorrow. Yes, right, the trial! Why do I keep blabbering on like that? I wanted to show you this. Sorry. I hate when he clams up like this. Those charms on your head, they're the same as this one, correct? Indeed they are. Jinxie applied them after the murder. She said that they would keep Tenma Taro from possessing me. Oh, right. So it's not some creepy fashion statement. Still, there are an awful lot of them. That there are. Truth be told, my head's feeling a bit itchy. Can't you just peel them off? Jinxie did this for me. I could not hurt her feelings like that. He really cares for his daughter. I wanted to show you this. Sorry. Mayor Tenma, do you mind if I ask why you were arrested? Whoa! Sorry, I guess some things are better left unsaid. Bah! Excuse me? I think a public paragon such as I could be treated like this. This arrest should have never happened. Go on. I fear the ill effects it will have on our youth. Now I've but one choice. I must leave here at once, if only to protect the moral fiber of our youth. No, wait. You can protect the moral fiber of our youth after you've been declared not guilty. I suppose you're right. This is a strange fucking guy. Phew, our youth just came this close to quite a scare. My fingerprints were on the spear that killed Alderman QB. That's why I was arrested. Your prints on the murder weapon. That's never good. Any idea how they got there? None, for I'd hardly remember a thing, you see. I was fast asleep at the time. Someone must have slipped me a sleeping pill or something. What's worse, somebody clobbered me on the head. I see, a drug-induced slumber and a blow to the head. No wonder you hardly remember a thing. Oh. Huh? Was that some kind of strange laugh? Well, I think we can safely assume your prints were planted while you were unconscious. What did the police have on you as far as motive is concerned? Truth be told, there's been a bit of trouble between the alderman and I as of late. Oh, was it personal in nature? Nothing like that. It's a long story. But suffice to say, I've been pushing to merge Ninetails Vale with Tenma Town. Surrender Ninetails Vale to Tenma Town now! Yikes! Okay. That's what I told him. I'd like to tell you to stop shouting like that, but I'm too scared. So, that's the motive the police have established for Alderman's murder? Indeed it is. After all, Alderman QB was dead set against a municipal merger. And that's why they think that you killed him. He was in your way. Ugh, curses! Mayor Tenma, are you okay? Jinxie, forgive me. I never meant to worry you like this. It'll work out fine, just leave it to me. If only it really was that easy. I don't even know where to start. Thank you for meeting with me, Mayor Tenma. Please wait, my daughter, Jinxie. She already lost her mother. And now with me being in here, I fear that she'll be terribly lonely. I hesitate to ask, but I beg you, be a friend to her in her time of need. Leave it to me. Trucy and I will look out for your daughter. I shall rest a little easier then. You know, you remind me of some of the new friends Jinxie has been talking about. New friends? Friends? In my video game? Phoenix Wright doesn't have any of those. But Apollo and Trucy, maybe they have friends. Yes, it seems that she's made some new friends since she started working in Ninetails Vale. They're quite the unusual bunch, too. There's a lady with an exceptionally long neck. A lady with an exceptionally long neck. I guess? A young lad with an incredibly long tongue and many other interesting characters. Friends? Sounds more like a bunch of monsters to me. If you would excuse me, it appears my time is up. Why am I so tired? I must have been more tense than I thought. Still, I'm glad he didn't turn out to be as scary as he looks. A call. Oh, this theme. Oh, that's Lamoir's song. Oh, that's sad. I couldn't pin what the song was. Oh, but he doesn't know that's his mom. Jess is here. Oh, Phoenix Wright! Hello! Apollo, is that you? Hi, Mr. Wright, what can I do for you? Trucy told me that you've taken on a new case. Oh, that. It was kind of spur of the moment. He's actually calling me about a case? That's fine, but I have a favor to ask. Sure, what is it? I'm at the airport right now. What? There was someone I had to meet at the airport. A new addition to the agency. Franziska von Karma. Fuck. This is where Athena comes in? Athena just came from... There's only one person that travels abroad. Yeah. No, two people. Franziska and Miles. You mean Athena also is from Germany? Everybody! Germany! Her name's Athena Sykes, and she just passed the bar. Oh, that's right. I remember hearing about her coming to join us. Guess that was today. She took off as soon as I told her you needed help with the case. It was like there was no stopping her. Wait, what? Where is she now? Probably somewhere in Ninetales Vale by now. That's where that favor I mentioned comes in. I need you to go find her. But I've never even met her before. What does she look like? She'll be the girl in a yellow suit sporting an Ace Attorney's badge. Roll credits. Okay, I'll find her. A new addition to the agency. Well, I'd better get back to Ninetales Vale quick. You're from Germany? No, Germany doesn't exist in the real world. Germany just exists in this video game, and it's the only country that exists in this video game. I already told you! I'm a lawyer assigned to the case! I need to study the crime scene, so if you would please tell me where QB Manor is. You can't fool me, you're just some delinquent high school student playing hooky. You stupid pig-headed! This attorney's badge isn't just for show, you know. Looks like I just found Miss Athena Sykes. Why wouldn't you believe me? Don't expect me to defend you in court if you ever get arrested. Well, I'm the one who usually does the arresting, so... Say, shouldn't you be getting back to school? I already told you, I'm a lawyer, not a student. That's it, enough of your lies. You're coming with me. Get your hands off of me! More anime. She did a Susato takedown.
What the?
Oh my god. Right onto Apollo. Ugh, I think you can watch out for the bystanders next time. Whoops, are you okay? I think so, but that police officer's out cold. I am so sorry. I do that when people suddenly grab me. It's like a reflex or something. Reflex sounds more like a felony. You're Athena Sykes, I take it. That would be me, and you are... I'm Apollo Justice. I work at the Right Anything Agency. The Right Anything Agency? What a fishy-sounding name. It's a long story, but it is a law office, among other things. Didn't Mr. Wright explain it to you? Oh, right, that right. So then you must be... Where have you been? I've been looking all over for you. I could say the same thing to you. Well, here I am. Now, how about telling me a little bit about yourself? Mr. Wright didn't really tell me much, as always. Ah, of course. Feel free to ask away. I'll show you my badge. Yep, that's your attorney's badge, all right. Its dull, grimy look makes me think of all the courtroom battles you faced so far. I hope mine will look like that someday. Look out, legal world. Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to go. Actually, I just haven't polished it lately. Maybe I should keep that to myself. No need to deflate her dreams about work just yet. What an interesting picture! It looks like a one-on-one monster smackdown. It must have been quite a battle. Which yokai do you think is stronger? Seems to me Tenma Taro's ability to fly would give him an edge over the nine-tailed fox. But the fox has powerful legs. He'd pounce before Tenma Taro knew what hit him. He won't be pouncing on anyone after he's dropped from way up in the sky. That's funny because, like, literally, for some reason, I get, like, these weird recommended videos on my Twitter. But, like, I opened up Twitter this morning, and the first thing I saw was a video of a fox that was taking care of its, like, 7 pups or something. And it was a fox that actually brought a crow back to its pups, like, parenting. I don't know why that video came up on my timeline this morning, but that is crazy ominous. Now, to what is going on in this case. Did Twitter, like, tell my future by showing me that video? That is really weird. It was really cute. The fox was, like, just bringing back a bunch of food for his pups all by herself. It was really, really cute. I only saw the bird, but he brought back a bunch of other food. It was really cute. But it was a crow. And it was a... Specifically, it was a Tenma. Taro. But the nine-tailed fox is gold-colored. Gold is way better than black, so I'm sure he'd win. What do colors have to do with anything? Besides, everyone knows that red is the best. Sorry, Apollo. Nothing's coming to mind. But give me an hour and I'll have it analyzed psych style. I'll get started on it right now. No need for that, I was just wondering. So, Athena, I hear you just passed the bar. That's right, and here's my shiny new badge to prove it. Isn't it beautiful? So, you must be a bit younger than me. A bit more than you might think, in fact. I'm only 18. How in the world did you become a lawyer at that age? I skipped a few grades whenever I was an exchange student in Europe. It's Germany. There's only one country. Germany. It's Germany. She definitely also knows Miles Edgeworth and Franziska von Karma. That's crazy. She knows them. They're basically best friends, I bet you. And I got my license to practice law while I was over there. All I can say is, wow. She must be a genius or something. I also studied analytical psychology. Thought it might help me be a better lawyer. Psychology helps her be a better lawyer? How exactly does that work? So tell me about our client. What are they like? Oh, right, you haven't met him yet. Well, here's all the information in a black screen. And that about sums it up. He's way more worried about his daughter than himself. What a wonderful father. Wait, are you crying? I'm not crying. There was something in my eye. They're called tears? Moving right along, let's get down to business. Helping our client is priority number 1. Okay. So Athena, you mentioned studying psychology. That's right. I always wanted to bring analytical psychology into the courtroom. The power of psychology will bring a breath of fresh air to the legal system. Oh, really? So how do you plan on using it to defend our client? Well, for example, I can try to listen to in on a witness's inner voice.
Emma tipped $5. Moral of Ace Attorney: if you go to Europe, you can become a lawyer before you're old enough to vote.
When you put it like that. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Imagine becoming a lawyer before you're able to vote. That's crazy. Shit, dude, you're right. Well, for example, I can try to listen in on a witness's inner voice. And then analyze their psychological state with the help of my trusty partner, Widget. This device around my neck here. Say hi, Widget. Hi, Widget. It talks? Whoa, you need a volume knob. Anyway, the little guy will sometimes say what I'm feeling. Awkward. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Now that I seriously doubt. Oh, I almost forgot. I have something you might be interested in. I got it on my way here. Think it might have something to do with our case? A special edition covering our case? That was quick. That's the whole point of special editions, isn't it? To be the first to get the scoop? Rapido! She's Spanish. Wait, she can't be speaking Spanish phrases. That's the second Spanish phrase that she said. She's from Germany. There's no Spain. There's no Spanish-speaking countries in Europe. Are you kidding me? Only German exists. What do you mean, Spanish? Right, well, let's see what it says here. What's the deal with the Spanish? Oh, I have to say it right. Rapido, like with the rrr. Tenma Taro was seen, he was seen flying through the sky? An airborne figure resembling Tenma Taro was captured on camera around 3:40 p.m. Yeah, somebody happened to snap that photo near Ninetails Vale. The article goes on to say it might be connected to our case. Apparently, that photo was shot right after the murder occurred. Well, there were black feathers and strange tracks at the crime scene. I'm not surprised that the locals think a yokai was involved. Wait a second. Yokai as in one of those Japanese monsters? My god, you don't actually think that it was supernatural murder, do you? No, of course not. Now German, why not plain old English? Got it. So, okay. So, just making sure this is clear. She learned Spanish while in Germany. That's the okay. It's confirmed. Heimdall, Apollo, let's get cracking on that crime scene already. Okay. Okay, what's next on the list? Investigating the crime scene, what else? Well, what are we waiting for? Last one there is a rotten egg. We don't have to run all the way there. Okay, then how about speed walking? Why does this have to be a competition at all? Looks like this paper doesn't shy away from stories on strange creatures. Really, what does it say? They claim to have produced photos of Gordy and a Kappa water sprite thingy. And just the other day, they got one of Konaki Gigi crying his poor old eyes out. Followed by that infamous shot of Tenma Taro. I don't know about a Kappa, but I bet the Konaki Gigi is just a shot of someone's grandpa lost and crying up in the mountains. That's not very nice. They should have helped him instead of publishing his picture. Gordy. Fucking Gordy. We will never forget. I know this is an awkward place to stop, but we do need to stop here. My niece is coming in about like 10 minutes. So I have to get ready and I'm gonna go spend the evening with my niece. So thank you guys for the stream today. Thank you for all the donations. There was a lot of donations today. I really appreciate it. They help the stream so much. I hope you guys have a really good weekend. We'll be back on Monday. We have a full stream, a full week of streams next week. I don't think I have anything that's interrupting my schedule for like a month and a half. So solid streams, thankfully. All right, so I will see you guys on Monday. Have a fantastic evening, and I'm gonna go have my 8-year-old niece teach me some French, not German, French. All right, bye everybody.